Hi my friends, and welcome to Yoga with Irmi. This practice is for back bending and forward bends. So this is for the flexibility of the spine, but also for upper body strength, especially the arms. It's a simple sequence. We're gonna do the Cobra and the counter pose. The spine can bend into 6 directions. It can bend forward and backwards. It can bend sideways, one side to the other, and it can twist from one side to the other. So there's 6 movements of the spine. The forward and back bends are 2 of them. So that's what we're gonna do today. And it's very simple. So we come onto the mat now and onto the belly. So take your mat out, roll it out, come onto the floor, and let's start with the modification, because if you have a hard time in the Cobra, and you will find out now, you can always come into the what's called the Sphinx with the forearms on the floor, the elbows under the shoulders, and the top of the shoulder and the elbows are about in a line here. So we are pressing the hands and arms firmly into the floor, and that allows the chest to come forward, that allows to get a length in the neck. So what you don't want to do is collapse into the neck, and that usually happens if there's not a lot of arm strength, and that's very normal in the beginning, so don't feel like there's something wrong with you. That's why we can modify. So the Sphinx is a great modification. So if you can't come into the Cobra that I will show, you can do the Sphinx. In either poses, in both poses, the arms are close to the body, the shoulders away from the ears, so the space between the top of your shoulder and your ear is as long as possible. So you don't want to collapse into the neck, because that takes away the strength of the arms, and that's what we want to build. So let's either start here. If you can bring the hands under the shoulders, so just bring them back, and then roll the spine up. And let's start with the mini Cobra or the baby Cobra, which means we are just rolling up very little bit from the floor with the chest. The arms are closed, the shoulders away from the ears, so you don't want to go like this. You want to bring the shoulders down. See what I'm doing here? Up and down. So make an effort to bring them away from the ears. And if you can only come up this little bit, that's fine. You are working your arms. You are pressing the hands down. You are pressing the arms against the body. And you keep that space in your neck. So let's take a couple of breaths. The legs are pretty loose here. You can point the toes towards each other. And let's take a breath or two. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale. And on the exhale, we push up and back. So send the hips back towards your heels. And we come into the child's pose, but keep the arms long. So we go into the extended child's pose. That means the arms stay long and away from the mat. Press your palms and fingers down, and now let the head drop in between the upper arms. So there's a little bit of push away from you with the hands, lengthening the arms and stretching the shoulders, and releasing the neck here too. Really breathe. Keep the length and the engagement in the arms, but the head and neck can relax here. and the spine is bending backwards, I mean up actually, into the opposite direction than the back bend. Now let's come up and forward on the inhale. And you can walk the hands forward a little bit, and we want to let the knees, the thighs come down to the floor. Start to bend your elbows, let the belly, the hips, the belly come onto the floor. So really rolling the spine down. Place the hands under the shoulders if they need adjustment. And let's come back up into the Cobra. Again, mini Cobra or baby Cobra, which is just a couple of inches off the floor. Or go into the Sphinx at any time, bring the forearms down. Or you can come up a little higher if that's possible. So it's all about the shoulders, the top of your shoulders. As soon as they start sliding up, then you know you don't have to strengthen the arms. That means you have to roll down a little bit to keep the integrity of the pose, which is keeping the shoulders away from the ears. So you can try it. If you can come up a little bit more maybe. Let's take a breath. And inhale. On the exhale, we push up and back into the extended child's pose. The hips are all the way touching the heels. The arms stay long. The head is hanging, neck is relaxing. And breathe. This is also stretching and expanding the rib cage and the respiratory system. I'm always excited about the respiratory system because that allows us to bring the air in, the oxygen, the life force. Next inhale, we come up onto the hands and knees. We want to walk forward a little bit. This time, curl the toes and come into the plank. So in the plank, the body is parallel to the floor. Reach the heels back to engage the legs. Tuck the tummy so the core is working. A great modification here is to just bring the knees down. You're still gaining strength in your upper body. And take another breath here. Inhale. Reach your heels back if you have the body parallel to the floor. And on the exhale, everybody, we're going to come down nice and slow. And up into Cobra or Sphinx. Find your Cobra. See that the shoulders are down and away from the ears, strengthening the arms and the upper body. Inhaling and exhale, come back. Send the hips back. And this time we go all the way down into the child's pose. So this time we let the arms come down and the head, the hips, and relax. Inhale up. Let's go one more time. Bring the hands forward and let the thighs come to the floor. See how I let the thighs roll down and at the same time the elbows start to bend. So the pelvis starts to drop forward, rolling onto the mat and right into the Cobra. If you need to modify, come onto the forearms. And take a breath, strengthening the arms, The heart is opening here, big stretch in the chest. And draw the hands back if you had them in the Sphinx. And let's curl the toes this time again and come into the plank, tucking the tummy. Feel the hands, the palms, the fingers pressing into the floor. Reach the heels so the entire body is engaged. And exhale, we float down. Inhale, Cobra or Sphinx. Take a breath or two. Inhale. And on the exhale, we push up and back. And into the child's pose one more time. And also releasing the neck and the back here. Sinking into the floor. Letting go. Letting go of tension, of worries. Just feel the relaxation now. Feel how the body is letting go. Feel the breath. Feel your heartbeat. Just feel yourself alive. And excited and happy. And we slowly roll up into a seated position. Let's stretch the arms out and up. Big stretch, inhaling up. And exhale side to side. Let's come back into the easy pose. And into a cross-legged position. You can support your knees with a pillow if you're uncomfortable like this. You can also bring a pillow under your seat on the edge that lifts the hips. And let's just sit here for a little bit. And you can sit here, close your eyes, meditate for maybe a couple of moments. If you have time, you can stay here as long as you want, of course. And just enjoy this feeling of relaxation, letting go, releasing stress. I invite you to my upcoming workshop on August 25th. It's called Release Stress and Relax. We will do, of course, yoga intervals, yoga sequences. And then part of the program will be EFT, which is the emotional freedom technique, or also known as tapping, where we use meridian lines to tap on and address the emotional body to release stress, tension out of the mind, out of our emotional system. And that releases also physical stress and physical pain. So please visit my website, yoga.with.irmi.com, for more information. Go to the event tab for more info. You can contact me at any time. I'm happy to hear from you. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the sequence. Any feedback, any questions, please let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Namaste.